Hello, everyone, and welcome back to round 2 back 9 coverage of the MPO lead card here at the 13th Disc Golf Pro Tour event. We are here in Jeffersonville, Vermont for Discraft's Green Mountain Championship. I'm Jeremy Koling. He's Brian Earhart. We are Big Hart commentary. And look at that front 9. A lot of things going on there, Brian.
Happens every time on this course. There's always a challenge with the wind. It's probably the strongest 10-mile-an-hour wind that I've ever seen, and it was pretty consistent. So it's interesting to see how the players who have played this course so many times still struggle on these holes.
A lot of players moving up on that front 9 leaderboard. Only a few players moving down. McBeth obviously had the solo lead going into this round, and now Ricky has that lead for himself. Or actually, no, he is tied with Isaac Robinson. And we're going to start off here on hole 10, the 6th easiest hole on tour. And if you remember from our front 9, hole 6 was the easiest hole on tour. So a couple of the gimmies here on the entire tour are on this very course. The rest of the course, however, has a lot of teeth, but this one right here is just a stock forehand hyzer. This is a must get. Very overstable. Ricky just missing the bullseye by a few feet. That will be a birdie. McBeth digs into the hillside with a Raptor.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not a lot to say on this hole. It's the same shot. Most of the players in the field have this shot.
Well, the pressure is like, you got to do it. I mean,
exactly.
And occasionally, for some reason, we do see a player go inside with a forehand, hit those early limbs or those limbs that stick out into the fairway and they drop OB. And a few people might find themselves going OB long. But really what's exciting about this one is it really is a great ace run with the hillside going up the entire way as you get closer to the pin. You really can give this a run.
No problem there for Barsby, and yeah, just a few 15-footers left.
And Ricky gets that one just over the rim, but it's in the basket, and he is now at 6 under.
I appreciate an ace run at least once on a championship level course.
Oh, totally. I think that a lot of current course designers are thinking the tour is so good, which they are. But it doesn't mean that every single hole has to be a sweated out, grinded out type of hole.
Exactly.
It's nice to have these somewhat softer holes thrown in the mix just to remind you, you got to get this one. And that in itself is a challenge.
Going to move into hole number 11, 594, another placement-oriented par 4. As you see, fairway kind of funnels up to this mouth. You can get a drive up here if it's really solid and you play the wind well, and then you have to maneuver this really tricky downhill approach to the green with the OB directly behind the basket. Angle to this green is crucial.
I've only seen a few drives ever that actually can see the pin on their second shot. Really, no matter what you do, it's going to be a very technical second shot, and I don't really know of another hole on tour that quite has an approach like hole 11 here at Fox Run.
Ricky's not going to have much of that. That was crushed.
That's annihilated.
I think he's going to be able to jump putt that one. Yeah, wow.
He could see the pin. That's one of the few that ever have been able to see the pin.
Yeah, that was 500 feet.
This is going to be in danger of going out of bounds left, but I think he's going to hit the ground in time. Yep. That's going to leave a very straight putter approach. Kevin not necessarily going for a lot of distance. Electing to go FX2 off the tee. So solid with his putter game, though. I think he should be in pretty good position. Gregg sending this out there, also pushing that left side OB line, but he's also got a very straight putter approach, and you can see the overhead angle, and my gosh, Ricky, 509. You're already 6 under.
And it was just flat. He just threw flat.
Take it easy.
No problem. And Kevin, I really don't like how far right he is. You have to throw a little bit more of a turnover.
Very high. And that tree helped him. I think that very easily could have kept turning right and gone out of bounds. Still a missed shot, one that he wishes he had back. All right, he's got over the hill. The trick now is putting the brakes on. The trees put the brakes on for him. Gregg's pushing left side, gets a little bit of a helpful kick. And that is only 15 feet away.
I'm interested to see if he cares about making it. No.
It's the easiest 3 I've ever seen on this hole.
Yeah.
And if you watch the 2018 coverage of the World Championships, who could forget Gregg's iconic putt that he made from the top of the wall in the last round? Epic stuff. McBeth, he's just basically made out of 96.8% epic stuff. It's pretty much all he knows.
Putt looks good. I mean, we saw it come out again at the PCS Sula when he was going to that battle with Jakub Semerad. When he gets that little sparkle in his eye, Gregg Barsby pulls off some of the most miraculous stuff that you'll see on a disc golf course. And it was awesome to see it happen during the World Championships in 2018.
One of the few players that actually won an Elite Series event before they ever won an A-tier. He won the Masters Cup back in that epic showdown with Nate Doss back in 2009, I believe, with the famous flick roller ace on hole 4 at De La Viega, and didn't win his first A-tier until 2011, I think, in Alabama. And then he went on to win the World Championships, and he's just been all over the place.
And he's here now on hole 12, Jeremy.
Yeah, hole 12. What do we got to do here?
It's just a hyzer approach shot. You're really just throwing placement-oriented, and then you're throwing your more distance-oriented shot on the second. Ricky going really overstable.
Wow, that needs to get left in a hurry.
Yeah, that's not a great spot. You need to be more left than that. He's going to have to throw kind of more of a force ante on that second.
He'd like to be 40 feet left, if not more. McBeth, again, an interesting result with the hyzer release that just goes dead straight. We saw that a bit on the front 9, and it's happened here again on hole 12. This is looking better. Yeah.
Yeah.
And still, even then, you can get into this lighter color where the sun is shining on that grass is where these players are looking to land.
Yeah, there's a lot of space forward. You can even club up to a controller, even a distance driver if you want.
Kevin is pushing the distance, skipping into the sun, and that angle, even though he's just a bit left of where Ricky is, that slight difference is huge with this corner tree. It is a huge obstacle and makes that second shot, steep and hyzer approach, so difficult. Very interested to see what McBeth goes with. How aggressive is he choosing to play this?
Leans into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's fairly aggressive. I think he was trying to go for the pin and just make sure he gets the angle right, get himself in the long-range jump putt. Oh, my. Oh, wow.
I don't know if that's an accurate call. That looks like it's on the line. Okay, there we go.
Wow. That will pull all sorts of emotion into your game right there with that. Ricky, look at that.
Beautiful. Great shot. He looks good right now. He looks really under control. And just another great drive, kind of not capitalized on.
Yeah.
Going to be about 45, 50 feet short of the basket.
Beth going to come up just a bit low, finding himself in the sandbox. Kevin needs to dig deep here. Oh, okay.
How's that?
Yeah, he dug deep.
He dug it.
That is a huge birdie save. And I like that he's not defeated by the other times where he threw away what felt like should have been a certain birdie. And even with his drive on 8, turning that into a bogey, I mean, that's just devastating. But to keep his mentality strong says a lot about Kevin Jones. Ricky's 8 under, and he has 2 shots that have gone out of bounds.
I mean, the distance is what's kind of blowing my mind. He doesn't even look like he's... Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
He kind of gave the side eye off to the right side. Not sure if there was a spectator.
It seems like there was certainly a noise or something that came in at probably an inopportune time, but sometimes it's.
Oh wow!
It's hard to know when you shake that off, reset, or if it happens at that right time, chalk it up to bad timing, and it's just unfortunate.
I mean, he has to dig deep in this moment now.
Yeah.
Hole number 13, 375. We have this nice pole off to the right that serves as a reference point. You kind of aim your hyzer at that, skip into this basket right here. Just a smooth, low driver shot.
Or for Ricky, a smooth mid-range shot.
He's going justice.
Super overstable, and this is going to be coming up short. It's going to need to get a little lucky through the trees, and yeah, it did. When things are going for him, man, he is on a heater now. 7 of the last 8 holes. And he will shortly be at 8 of the last 9. Now, was that rude or was that not rude? It's starting to look
really rude. Please. Okay, that's going to be
wow.
Circle 2.
Looked like it had a chance for a second to get that really friendly cut roll back to the pin, but instead it rolls deep C2.
There we go. Yeah, just kind of a stock hyzer. It's a nice distance. This is an old CE Eagle.
Oh.
It's not see-through, so it looks like star, but
right.
It is an old Eagle.
Opaque ones. Kevin's birdie look a little bit off. And Ricky is just marching now. He's in that flow state. Basket looks big, fairways look even bigger somehow, and he is just putting together a clinic. Hole 13 has moved into the 3rd easiest hole on the course. 2.51 average. This is one players are definitely thinking, let's get to hole 14 with a nice birdie.
Representing Discraft, 5-time world champion Paul McBeth. Your leader, Aaron Gossage.
Can Aaron rewrite a news story? Paul has not missed that. Oh, what a shot. Oh my gosh. Come on. Oh man. It's like you can't write that. We are not done yet. What a story. What an event. 6-time world champion. King's got his crown back.
All right, here we go. Hole number 14. We've talked about this before, but used to be all the players were taking that wide hyzer going over the out of bounds. A lot of players recently have been kind of throwing straighter at the basket and just trying to take away that bad luck that could come from hitting the side slope and rolling OB. But Ricky, with the way he's been throwing, that flat to fade shot is pretty stock.
Just got to avoid these trees at the gate, and he does. And Ricky, once again, short birdie putt coming. Paul electing to go a little bit straighter line. And he's going to be faced with about 4 or 5 trees in the way from C1 edge.
This looks good.
Don't.
Oh,
just don't do that. It happens so much. And let's see if Kevin decides to go straight at it. I played with him and he was trying this big hyzer line, and look at that. He's electing to do the straight at it play, and that is what you're missing. Or, I'm sorry, that's not what you're missing. The gap is just a bit tight for that straight shot.
A fortunate kick off the pole. A little bit too much gas on that. Here's Paul framed up. That's a couple from that distance. He's left low. He really looks dejected right now. He's a little frustrated with his play. He's really not doing that bad other than 7.
Ricky, 100% C1, 0 bogeys, just making it look so easy right now. Interesting thing about Ricky so far. 0 C2 made putts. We saw him make 2 putts from outside C2 in round 1. But his performance that he's putting together so far is with 0 outside circle made putts. It's pretty incredible.
He's throwing the disc phenomenally. And he has another hole that shapes up well for him. 15, just beautiful wooded shot. You can throw that slow turnover backhand if you want, but a lot of players are now opting for this just flat forehand. And that's just a little bit too early. That's the main miss with the forehand. It's got to go forward just a bit more. Just like that.
Yeah, that's pretty
Great
much
shot.
exactly how you draw it up. You'd like to hit the ground at about 75 feet or 60 to 75 feet, somewhere in that range. Little spin out roll for Kevin to have an open jump putt look. And I like the looks of this one from Gregg.
This hole is Gregg Barsby's hole.
Yeah.
This is completely shaped up for the stability of disc he likes to forehand. That's a great shot.
Well, it's been a while, but Ricky Wysocki will be taking a par. And look at the frustration. 1 par, and it's right back to...
Oh!
Kevin. Okay. Well done.
Oh, and he leans it into the weak side.
I mean, you go back just a couple holes ago when he made that putt on 12 from the same distance. He did the same thing on the opposite side of the basket. McBeth actually wasn't parked. Not for the normal person. And that's pretty much parked for McBeth. But he does deliver the nice birdie putt.
I'm glad Gregg has allowed himself to bounce back, take the birdie. It's been a frustrating round for him so far.
I mean, look at just so few pars for the whole day for Gregg.
It's just been really up and down.
He's 1 under for the day.
It happens out here, and it really happens on this particular hole. Hole 16, just a notorious par 4. We're shooting uphill right away. It's sloping down to the right. Obviously, the rough on either side is not easy to scramble from. You just want to push as far forward as you can and hope that you have good enough footing on the slope to throw a decent shape out to this green. And it starts getting windy out here again, too, and you can't quite read that from inside of the woods. This is my favorite par 4 in the course. It's so challenging, so technical. Going buzz.
And that is absolutely perfect, as long as he doesn't have that awkward footing with the root system that is on that left side. Probably the only part of the fairway I don't like. Kevin Jones, look at that counter skip.
Yeah, that's the challenging part about this opening tee shot is placement is so important. You have to walk this fairway and just truly be honest with yourself. Where do I want to take my second shot from? Not every spot in this fairway is for sure.
Those are nice shots. Kevin is going to have a difficult second shot with his swing. I don't know what he's going to be left with. Ricky, does he get the counter skip? Oh, he just gets it turning. And just kind of abruptly stops on those roots. I mean, all 4 players are in a pretty similar line. Wow, that's an impressive second shot with that awkward footing and the follow-through. Well done for Kevin. Those cheers right there are not for what I'm about to mention, but it does remind me of giving a shout out before we get too far as Paul's shot creeps over the berm. A big shout out to the big Canadian who just won Canadian Nationals, his first time winning Canadian Nationals, but Thomas Gilbert acing hole 15 with the big forehand, all air.
That is a nasty ace, especially
Very
air
nice.
shot.
Mm-hmm.
Huge congratulations to Thomas. That's a great ace to get.
Ricky.
Another short shot.
Yeah, coming up a bit short. See if Craig can get this out there. This is going to be tight left with Paul's even tighter. Wow. He leaves it all out there, doesn't he?
He knew it was about to be just totally incredible if he would have landed that one. What a round it's been for him from Circle 2.
Drew Gibson Disc Golf Pro Tour Finale-esque at that point. If he makes a third one from that range, you're like, okay, what's happening right now? Wow. Very good effort.
Yeah, it's a really short second shot on this hole. It's not that far, maybe 300 feet max, but it's just the footing is what kills you.
So no one's able to capture the birdie here. It is a bit elusive. Only 17% of the field. It's only 16 players were able to get the birdie 3 on 16, but no one penalized with the bogey, and that's big here because 16 can be a problem.
Hole number 17, 321 feet. OB all around the fairway and basket. The shot it takes to get to this basket, pretty Stockheiser. The trick here is depth perception. We don't get to see the basket. We have to trust the spot we pick in the sky to send our disc. We have a little bit of a downslope after the basket, so you can get squirrely and roll out of bounds as well.
Look at that little ground play. Should check up nicely. Should check up nicely. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Really nice shot for Paul. This is a freakishly overstable FX2. I've seen Kevin throw this quite a bit. I think really trying to get to the ground, and it would have probably been in his favor to go something a little bit less stable that could have got more late glide. It's going to be an unfortunate out of bounds for Kevin. This is also pushed a bit wide, but I think is going to be making its way back. Yes.
Not too shabby there for Gregg. Yeah, you don't need to throw something wicked overstable. I guess you can. And Ricky just hits short, and that, sit down.
Living right.
I mean, that's going to be 40 feet from the basket.
That'll be a very scary putt. All Kevin can do from back there. Unless you're Haley King.
Yeah.
And Ricky, an opportunity to make his first Circle 2 putt of the tournament, and still without one. Well done.
Very straightforward hole 17. But when you just walk around that corner and you look at the basket, I think it's the most scenic view of any basket on the course.
It's up there with one of the most scenic on tour, really. I mean, for a shot that doesn't have water involved, it's about as beautiful as it gets. It's just iconic Smuggler's Notch.
And here we go. Hole number 18. A hole with so much history, so much drama. Long downhill hyzer. Out of bounds the entire way. All down the right side, all down the left side, behind the basket. You just need to stick this inbounds, and then you have options. Kind of want to play that second shot short. Slide it up to the basket rather than chance the rollaway down the slope. This is just a beautiful finishing hole.
Hardest hole in the course, 4.61 average. McBeth has got the width, and he has the distance. That is how you draw it up. Very well thrown drive. This is also really nice.
There are times when we play this hole where the wind is ripping, and at that point, it's one of the hardest holes that you play.
And it's 4.61 right now, and it's kind of calm.
Yeah.
So imagine how much more insane this thing gets when that wind starts picking up. Ricky, he's on the right side. He's going to have to go down that narrow tunnel gap to get to the pin. Kevin, this is going to need to stay up in the air. Oh, wow. Just getting back in bounds. That one will make you pucker for a while.
The whole round has been one for him.
Mm-hmm. Kevin will be first. Do you think he goes Spike Heiser from there?
No, I have to believe he's been trusting that forehand all day.
He's far enough back that he's got the angle for it. If he's about 15 feet closer, he's in a weird spot where Spike Heiser becomes a decent option. McBeth leaves this wide. It's a little mild skip. He's going to have 33 feet left for the birdie.
This grass is so lush by this basket. You get hardly any skips out here.
Gregg also keeping this one wide. Let's call that one 48 feet.
Not the putt you want to have finishing your round, especially with the slope.
Oh, it's a very dangerous putt. Yeah, Kevin is definitely lined up for the forehand. Keeping that one out there with a nice width, flexing back. Let's call that one 25. And Ricky just bit off so much distance here on this hole. Really 4 phenomenal drives on a hole that 48% of the field is taking bogey, double, or triple.
And there you have it. That's the way to play the hole.
That putt will get Ricky to 11 under par.
I like how aggressive he played the tee shots today. He was always CTP. Seeming okay, sure.
What a finish.
There you go.
Gregg, well, how many pars on the day for Gregg? I mean, just 2, maybe 3? What a day.
That's such a good confidence boost going into the next round. I know it was such an emotional roller coaster for Barsby today.
2 pars on the day. Shoots 300 par. Wow. And McBeth will lose one to Ricky most likely. Cleans up that putt, and the only blemish on McBeth's scorecard today was hole 7 with the double bogey. Other than that, a clean round. Kevin out there fighting for his 2 under. Huge putts. Had some issues with early OBs. Also takes a big number on 7. But this man right here is without a bogey, without a C1 putt missed, leading the field in strokes gained from the tee. I mean, he's doing it all right now.
I mean, that 1064 average on Fox Run is definitely going to go up after that 11 under par finish. He just, yeah, he plays the course exactly how it needs to be played. He looked fantastic out there today.
So 20 under par, that puts him only 1 shot over Isaac Robinson, who was also out there having a phenomenal day. Also knocking on the door of the front 9, Aaron Gossage, folks, he is for real. I mean, we knew that. We continue to know that. But up 12 spots into that 5th place position. Tomorrow we'll have Chris Dickerson, Paul McBeth, Isaac Robinson, Ricky Wysocki. And once again, the only player not to have won this event on our league card tomorrow will be Isaac Robinson, but a 2022 Disc Golf Pro Tour winner already this season. Another star-studded lineup we have for you for round 3. We're heading back over to the woods. We're going to be playing Brewster Ridge tomorrow for the 3rd round moving day. It's getting exciting, folks. We are halfway through the first playoff event in the 2022 season. We'll see you tomorrow.